बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम अल्लाहुम्मा रब्बि ज़िदनी इल्मा सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम आमीन अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन। This lecture is of important notes of S1. An important advice for me and for everyone. We must think before we speak. These notes are for Sadqa Jariya. An important advice, be of benefit to others. The first topic of these notes is permutations and combinations. An important advice, we must always be careful. Box method applications. Number 1, use it when all the required objects are together. For example, in the word accommodation, the requirement is the letters A, I and O must all be together when all the letters of the word accommodation are arranged. So first we need to place these letters with repetition into one particular box like this, and their arrangements will be 6 factorial divided by 2 factorial for 2 A's and 3 factorial for 3 O's. The remaining letters are 7, which include 2 M's and 2 C's. Therefore, the arrangements of these letters with this one object will be 8 factorial. You all know this is one object and these are 7 objects. Therefore, we have 8 factorial here divided by 2 factorial for 2 M's and 2 factorial for 2 C's. Number 2, use it when all the required objects are not together. For that we use this formula, all not together, total minus all together, and we find all together in this way. So in accommodation, the requirement is the letters A, I and O must not all be together when all the letters of the word accommodation are arranged. So all not together is total minus all together. Total means 13 letters. So 13 factorial divided by factorials of the repeated letters minus all together, which is here. So always use this formula when you have to solve this type of question. A, I and O must not all be together. Spaces method applications. Number 1, use it when the required letters are separated. For example, we have the word green gauge and the requirement is the G's are separated when all the 9 letters of the word green gauge are arranged. So we need to first arrange remaining letters. According to spaces method, we first arrange remaining objects, and remaining objects are 6, including 3 E's. So these 6 spaces are for remaining letters. So 6 factorial divided by 3 factorial for 3 E's. You all know we always have one more empty place according to or with respect to requirement, with respect to remaining objects. Since remaining objects are 6, therefore slots must be 7. We always make one more slot with respect to remaining objects. Since remaining objects are 6, therefore slots must be 7. And we have to fill any 3 slots, any 3 out of 7. 7p3 for these 3 slots. And since all these 3 filled slots are identical, therefore 3 factorial should be here. 7p3 divided by 3 factorial. This is for 3 same filled slots. Second application of the spaces method. Use it when less identical objects are together from all identical objects. For example, 2 G's from 3 G's. Given the word green gauge, requirement exactly 2 G's are together. The most important thing of this question is you must not count the remaining G with the remaining letters. Remaining letters must not include the remaining G. This is very important. So remaining letters are 6, and this is for remaining letters. 6 factorial divided by 3 factorials. And you all know empty slots are always one more than with respect to remaining objects. Since remaining objects are 6, so we have 7 slots. And we have to fill any 2 slots in this way. 2 G's in 1 slot and 1 G in 1 slot. In this way, exactly 2 G's are together. So since we filled 2 slots out of 7, therefore we have to write 7p2. And since both these slots are not same, so we do not need to divide this by anything. Here all 3 slots were same. Therefore we divided this by 3 factorial. The most important thing for this question is you must not count the remaining G with the remaining letters. This is very important. You have to consider this separately. You have to fill this separately, and you have to count this G with the requirement, which is 2 G's. So 2 G's in 1 slot and 1 remaining G in 1 slot. The third application of spaces method. Use it when some objects are together and some are not together. Well, in this question, this is very important that you have to consider not together objects as requirement. For example, we have 3 identical cans of colas and 2 identical cans of green teas and 2 identical cans of orange juice. Requirement: the 3 C's are all together and the 2 G's are not together. So you have to count 2 G's as requirement and 3 C's with the remaining letters or objects. So remaining objects are 3. This is one object because according to given situation all 3 C's are together. So this will make one object. Orange juice and 2 orange juices, these are 2 objects. So altogether we have 3 objects. 1, 2, 3. Requirement is 2 G's. Not together objects are always requirement. So first arrange the remaining objects with the given restriction that all 3 C's are together. So we have to make 3 spaces, 1, 2 and 3. And in one space we have to place this 3 colas as one object. Orange juice. So we have 3 remaining objects. So 3 factorial, and since 2 objects are identical, 2 filled spaces are identical, so we have to divide 3 factorial by 2 factorial. We have 4 empty slots because these slots are always one more than with respect to remaining objects. So 4 slots, and we have to fill any 2 slots out of 4. So we have to write 4p2 here, and since both filled slots are same, so we need to divide 4p2 by 2 factorial. So in this question, the most important thing is this: the objects which are not together must be counted as the requirement. Counting method. Well, this method is used when there is a restriction or limit in the given space. For example, the back row of a taxi has 3 seats. This is the restriction. 3 seats is the restriction. The back row of a class has 12 seats. Again, this is the restriction. So do not use the spaces method for these types of questions. For example, the back row of a class has 4 seats. 2 students, Maha and Zara, want to sit together. So we have these 4 seats, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can arrange Maha and Zara in this way, either MZ or ZM. So M and Z can switch their places in 2 factorial ways. So this 2 factorial is for their places. And this group has 3 ways to switch their position as a group. This is the first place, this is the second place, and this is the third place. So there are 3 P1 ways for MZ group to switch their places. See, this group is here in either in MZ way or ZM way, and this is for 2 factorial. 2 factorial is for this. And this group can switch their places in 3 ways. This is the first way, this is the second way, and this is the third way. So we have 3 P1 ways, and you can make the formula n minus 1 P1. There were 4 seats, so n minus 1 P1. So 3 P1. Another example. The back row of a class has 12 seats. 8 students want to sit at the back row. 2 particular students, Maha and Zara, want to sit together. Find the number of arrangements of all 8 students. Again, you have to use this same thing. You can use the formula even. So for these 2 factorial, since 12 spaces, so according to this formula, 11 P1. So there are 11 P1 ways for MZ group to switch their places as a group. And these are 11 ways. And since we have 10 empty seats, any 10 empty seats, and we have to arrange 6 more people, so 10P6 for remaining 6 people. There were 10 empty seats, and we have to arrange 6 remaining students randomly, so 10P6. What if the question is M and Z are not together? Then you have to use this formula. For not together, total minus together. So total is 12P8 and together is this. Relationship between NPR and NCR. In permutations, the selections are done automatically. This is the formula of NPR. NCR times R factorial. This means selections and this means arrangements. For example, if we have to arrange 4 letters at random from the 7 letters of the word uniform, then we write 7P4, and this is the breakup. We first select any 4 letters from these 7 and then we arrange them randomly according to this formula. Well, we use this formula when there are restrictions either in selections or in arrangements or in both. Here is the application of that formula. 9 cards, each of a different color, are to be arranged in a line. The 9 cards include a pink card and a green card. Consider all possible choices of 3 cards from the 9 cards, with the 3 cards being arranged in a line. How many different arrangements in total of 3 cards are possible? So we have to arrange 3 cards out of 9. So the first part is 9P3. The answer of this part is 9P3. And according to this formula, we can write 9C3 into 3 factorial. You can do this part in either ways. Selections, 3 cards, and arrangement of these 3 cards. How many of the arrangements of 3 cards in part 1 contain the pink card? So we first need to arrange 1 pink card with the remaining 2 cards randomly. So according to this formula, we have to arrange pink card. For that, we need to write 1C1. When you will arrange the pink card, you will write 1C1 and 2 other cards from the remaining 8 cards, so 8C2. So altogether we have selected 3 cards. Now we just need to arrange them randomly, 3 factorial. In this question, selections were restricted. We must have 1 pink card with 2 other cards. So for pink card, write 1C1 and 2 other cards, write 8C2. Altogether we have 3 cards. We have selected 3 cards. Now we just need to arrange them randomly, 3 factorial, according to this formula. So selections were restricted in this part. But this part is very important. Here we have restriction both in selections and arrangements. How many arrangements of 3 cards in part 1? Part 1 means 504 ways. Do not have the pink card next to the green card. So arrangements and selections both are restricted. So first we need to select 3 cards which must include pink and green card. So for P and G we can write 2C2. For 1 card from the remaining 7 cards we need to write 7C1. We have selected 3 cards in which we have pink and green cards. We have both the cards. Now we have to arrange them with restriction. The restriction is P and G are together. The question is do not together. So first we need to find together. For PG we need to write 2 factorial, and for remaining we need to write 2 factorial. This is one object, this is also one object. So altogether we have 2 objects. So according to box method, 2 factorial for 2 PG, and this is 1, and this is one object, so altogether 2 objects, 2 factorial. So when we will multiply this thing with this thing, we will get the arrangements in which P and G are together. But the question is do not have the pink card next to the green card. So for not together, total minus together, and total is 504. Answer of part 1. So first find together and then subtract this answer from the total. That's the final answer. And this is the best application of this formula. Alternative arrangements or arrangements for alternative objects when objects are alternatively arranged. Number 1, start the arrangements with the letters which are more than the remaining letters. For example, if we have 5 consonants and 4 vowels and we have to arrange them alternatively, then we must start with consonant. In this way we can get the alternative arrangements of these 2 letters, vowels and consonants. So since we have 5 consonants, so 5 factorial for 5 consonants and 4 factorial for 4 vowels. Number 2, what if we have same number of consonants and vowels? Then we have to start the arrangements with both one by one. First we need to start with consonant and then we need to start with vowel. Since we have 4 consonants, so 4 factorial, 4 vowels, 4 factorial. Same is here, 4 factorial, 4 factorial. Since all are distinct, so we do not need to divide this by anything. What if 2 vowels are repeated, then we need to divide this by 2 factorial. If 3 consonants are repeated, then 3 factorial. So if consonants are repeated, then divide consonants this by the repeated letters. For example, 3 consonants are repeated, so 3 factorial. If 2 vowels are repeated, 2 factorial, same is here. So when according to case 1, we have to start arrangements with the letters which are more than the remaining letters. If we have more consonants than vowels, then we must start arrangement with consonants. If both are equal in number, for example 4 each, then we have to start with both one by one, like in this way or in this case. Digits based questions. Well, types, even and odd numbers. Number 1, for even and odd numbers, the arrangements of the last digit matters. This number is even because of this last digit, which is even 8, and this number is odd because of this last digit, which is an odd number. Smaller and greater numbers. For smaller and greater numbers, the arrangement of the first digit matters. If number is less than 4,000, then according to this list, from this list, the first number could be either 3, 2 or 1. For number greater than 6,000, number must start with the same number. This digit is inclusive. So from this list, we can have 6, 7, 8 or 9 as the first digit. So when number is small, then we cannot have this number here. The possible digits will be 3 to 1 from this list. We cannot start this number with the same digit, but if number is large or greater, then we have to start the first digit with the same number. The first digit is inclusive here, and this first digit is exclusive here from the given list. Digits are repeated. Well, when digits are repeated, then every time we have n digits, and we have to arrange the digits one by one in this case. For example, we have to form 3-digit numbers when digits are repeated, and if we have n digits, so we have to arrange digits one by one, np1, np1, np1. We cannot use np3. np3 means digits are not repeated. For example, if we have 8 digits and we have to form 3-digit numbers and digits are repeated, so we have to arrange all 3 digits separately. So 8p1 for the first digit, 8p1 for the second digit, and 8p1 for the third digit. Do not use 8p3 because 8p3 means 8p1, 7p1, 6p1. This means digits are not repeated. But for repeated digits, you have to arrange digits one by one. So for even and odd numbers, the arrangement of the last digit matters. For smaller and greater numbers, the arrangement of the first digit matters. For smaller numbers, this digit is exclusive. For greater numbers, this digit is inclusive. When digits are repeated, you must arrange digits one by one, as I did in this example. Combinations. Combinations means random selections of objects. Well, it is used to select the objects at random, and in combination, order is not important. That is why AB is equal to BA in combination, and that is why 2C2 is 1. So we use NCR to select R distinct letters from n distinct objects. R distinct objects from n distinct objects. Make sure you must not use NCR for the identical objects for unique selections. The value of R starts from 0, whereas the value of n starts from 1. For example, if we have to select 4 letters from the 7 letters of the word surface, then we need to write 7C4. Make sure you remember this thing. The order of selection is not important in combinations. Combinations for making the groups. Well, while making the groups, make sure you follow the given order. For example, 11 children are divided into groups of 6, 2 and 3. Find the different number of selections of 11 children in 3 groups. Then you need to make the groups of 11 children in this order. First make groups for 6 children, 11C6. Then remaining children are 5, then 5C2 and then 3C3. Always make the group in the given order. Combinations for sharing objects. Always use factorial for sharing objects. For example, if we have to share 9 objects into 3 students and each student must receive odd number of objects, then we have to do this in this way: 117, 135 and so on. So let's suppose these are 3 students A, B, C. So A will receive 1, B will receive 1 and C will receive 7, and this order is random. So we use factorial when we share objects. In 135, 3 factorial because all 3 are different. 117, 2 are same, so 2 factorial is here. This is the example. 9 different fruit pies are to be divided or shared between 3 people so that each person gets an odd number of pies. Find the number of ways this can be done. So we have to make the possible ways to distribute these 9 different fruit pies in odd number. So 117, this is the first way. Since 2 are same, so 3 factorial by 2 factorial. 135, all are different, so 3 factorial. All same, so this is just one way. 3 factorial by 3 factorial means 1. So this is the way to distribute or divide things between the three students or people. Make sure you must use factorial because this order is random. Combinations for repeated objects. Well, do not use NCR when for the repeated objects, for the selections of repeated objects. This is very important. Do not use NCR for the selections or for the unique selections of repeated objects, but always use NCR for the selections of repeated objects in probability questions. So if the question is of probability, then you have to use NCR even for repeated objects, but you cannot use NCR for the unique selections of repeated objects. See, if you have to select 3 A's from 5 A's, you cannot use 5C3. There is just one way. If you have to select 1 A from 5 A's, you cannot use 5C1. There is just one way, because you are doing just selections. These are unique selections. You cannot use NCR for the selections of repeated objects or identical objects. But in probability, you have to use it. For example, we have to find probability of the letter A. The answer is always 2 upon 3 because each has an equal chance of occurring. There are 2 A's and both A's have equal chance of occurring. That is why we use 2C1 here and 3C1 here. So make sure you do not mix this concept, and you must be careful regarding this concept in combinations. So for probability, even for identical objects, we use NCR. Like in this case, I use it. But just for unique selections, like this, for repeated objects, we never use NCR. I explained this here. Let me first do this here. This is here. Combinations in probability. Use NCR for the selections of identical objects in probability only. Like in this example, we need probability of letter A. The answer is 2 upon 3. So we use it. We use 2C1 and 3C1 here. That is why we got 2 upon 3. So for selections, like unique selections only, we do not use NCR for identical objects. If we need 1A from 3A's, we cannot write 3C1. There is just one way. But for probability, we must use NCR. Even for these, even for identical objects, as each has equal chance of occurring. For example, 1A from 3A's. So 2C1 over 3C1, 2 upon 3. Or let me repeat this example. Or this one is also fine. So we use combinations and probability. Like in this example, I use it. But for unique selection, we do not use NCR. There is just one way to select 1A from 3A's. But for probability, we use it like this. Let me just edit this. 1A means 1C1. Or let me change this example. One A from these 3 letters. So we need to write 2C1. Now coming back to combinations. Now combinations for repeated objects cases when one just one object is repeated. Like in this example, telephone, only one letter E is repeated. So method, consider all possible selections, that is with and without the repeated objects when the selections are random, and use NCR for the selections of the remaining objects, remaining distinct objects. We will do this in this way. Let me check this if the solution is here. No. So you can do this in this way. Selections with no E's, selections with one E, selections with two E's, and selection with three E's. This is the way to select 4 letters from 9 letters of the word telephone when one object is repeated or one letter is repeated. Since remaining letters are 6, so 64. Since we already have selected one E, so we need to write 63. One E is already there. Since we already have selected 2 E's, so we need 2 more from remaining 6. Since we already have selected 3 E's, so we need to write 61 here. See, 4 letters with 3 E's, 2 E's, and with 1 E and with no E's. This is the way to do this type of question. Let me explain one more example. Just 1 minute. So here is the solution for the word of this question, telephone. See, selections with no E, with 1 E, with 2 E's, with 3 E's. This solution is here. So when one object or one letter is repeated, you can do question in this way. But when 2 or more objects are repeated, now this situation is complicated. So list all possible selections, that is with and without the repeated objects. Requirement, we have to select 4 letters which contain exactly 2 G's or 3 G's. So this is very important. So we have to first list the data, list the letters. 3 G's, 2 E's, 2 A's, remaining letters R and T. These are the repeated letters and these are the distinct letters. So selections with 2 G's. So we can have 2 A's with 2 G's because altogether we need 4 letters. We can have 2 E's with 2 G's like this, G, G, E, E. In combinations, order is not important. We can have AE with 2 G's, AR with 2 G's, AT, ER, ET, RT. You have to list all. So there are 8 ways to select 4 letters which contain exactly 2 G's. With 3 G's, selections is simple. We just need to select one more letter because altogether we need 4 letters. So we can have letter A with 3 G's, 1 E, 1 R and a letter T. So altogether we have 12 ways. So when 2 or more objects are repeated, then you have to be careful. You have to list all possible selections like this. I already have done this concept, combinations in probability. This is the best example to understand this concept, combinations in probability. We do use NCR even for repeated objects like this. This question is from June 21, paper 52. 6a, this part is important, but I'm explaining the whole question. Find the total number of different arrangements of 8 letters in the word tomorrow. This is very simple. 8 factorial divided by factorial of the repeated letters. 3 O's and 2 R's. Now this part is very important. This is of permutations. Find the total number of different arrangements of the 8 letters in the word tomorrow that have an R at the beginning and R at the end, and in which the 3 O's are not all together. So we have to do this question in this way. Not together is total minus together. So this is the together. See, R is at the first position and at the last position, or you can say R, both R's are at the end, and 3 O's are all together. So this is one object. Second object, third object, 4 objects. So all together we have 4 objects. So 4 factorial for together, for 3 O's are together, when R's are at the end. Well, this means total. Both R's are at the end and 3 O's are random. This is total. So this is for this these 6 letters we have 6 factorial over 3 factorial. So total minus together will give you not together. Make sure you must not use this total here, because in the question it is mentioned that both R's are at the end. So total is this. So in this question this thing is very important, total. This is not the total for this part. This is random. So you cannot use this thing here. You have to use this thing here. And this is here. So this question is very important. This part is very important. And this part is most important. 4 letters are selected at random from the 8 letters of the word tomorrow. So we need 4 from 8. Find the probability. See, probability. So we have to use NCR even for repeated letters. That the selection contains at least one O and at least one R. So this is the restriction. So we have to select 4 letters which must contain at least one O and one R. So 1 O, 1 R. Altogether we have 3 O's. So for 1 O we have to write 3C1. This is here, 3C1. For 1 R from 2 we have to write 2C1. So 3C1 means 1 O from 3 O's. There are 3 O's and 2 R's. So when there is 1 O, so we must have 3C1 here. 1 R, 2C1. And we need 2 more letters from the remaining 3 letters. Remaining letters are 3. That is why we have 3C2 here. Now, selections with 1 O and 2 R's and 1 remaining letter from 3 remaining letters. So for 1 O write 3C1, for 2 R's write 2C2, and for 1 remaining from 3 write 3C1. Now 2 O's and 1 R. For 2 O's write 3C2, 1 R, 2C1 and 1 letter 3C1. 3 O's with 1 R, 3C3, 2C1, so 2 ways. 2 O's and 2 R's, 3C2, 2C2, 3 ways. Just count all these. So there are 50 ways and total is 8C4, which is here. That's the way to find the probability of this situation. Note, we do use NCR for the repeated letters in probability, for the selections of repeated letters in probability, like this. And we use this here. Next topic of these notes is probability.